Boys and girls, welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Starting from Scratch podcast with me, John Kleisch. Normally, I do an introduction, but today we don't got time for that. We're going to start rapid firing. So last week we talked about plumbing a little bit here and there on Thunderbird. And, you know what, better yet, we're going to come right back to that. Grand Avenue, going great still. Good news. We have rented out a back lot to a current tenant number 2, the one that I recently signed up on the back area, which is very good for me because I do not really have patience or time wanting to deal with a new human being in that area with all the people that are there already. So I cut him a heck of a deal, basically half off of what I initially wanted. However, I think it's great, easy peasy. So now everyone's got their shit all over that backyard or that back lot. And now I let everybody know, hey, these are getting out of here ASAP. I'm going to start getting stuff out of here by the end of the week. So everyone's hustling and bustling, getting all of their stuff out of the way. So we can start he wants to start immediately. So every day counts. It's like only $20 a day, but $20 a day, you wait a week, it's $140. I mean, that's still not a lot of money, but yeah, man. Either way, I want to get it done, so I'm not losing that much money now that I did those numbers in my head. But that's okay. Great news overall. I'll get that lot cleaned up by the end of the week and start collecting rent on that. And then my other current tenants who rent another outdoor bay, I work them a smoking deal to basically get 2.5 spots of what they have now for basically $600 more. And the main problem being they have not a lot of business still because they're new, so they're struggling to keep up with their current bills, but they are already taking up a lot of that space as it is. So I told them, hey, we got to bump up the rent. So what we're doing is every 2 months the rent's going up by $100, and it'll end at $2,600 for them. So it'll take let's see, basically a year to get up to that $2,600. But at the end of the day, there's no rush on that. I like these guys. They pay. They're good people. They take care of the place. So I think that's a great deal for them. It's a good deal for me too. And that leaves one bay left to rent. So it looks like I lowered the price to $1,250 a month, and I got a lot more activity on it. I have a feeling that's a good price, but it's still a little bit high for what I'm offering because it just doesn't really seem to rent out when people go and check it out. Hard to keep up with these people afterwards, so that's never a good thing. I wonder if it's because there's a lot of stuff underneath there already. Now that I'm thinking about it, might be the big reason, but either way, I'm getting that cleared out. So I think we'll see. We'll run a test. Once I get that cleared out, I'll leave the price the same, get people up in there, and see if people rent it right away. If people rent it right away, then I know, hey, the place has to look really presentable when you're doing these showings, which is honestly pretty obvious, but kind of foolish for me to say that out loud and act like that's a big proclamation. So, yeah, what an idiot. But either way, we'll see. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe the place just sucks, or maybe it's too much for what I'm offering. So, either way, that's on the back burner. So that takes care of Grand. Anything else funky with that place? No. So far, so good. I was there again. Oh, yeah, I was there the other day to work out that deal with the current tenant and walked around. The place is busy. There's cars everywhere. And I like to see that because the more cars that are there that are getting worked on, the more money my tenants are making. And the more money they make, the easier it is for them to pay rent. On to the next. Thunderbird Plumbing. Cost me $1,200 to get a study or a survey done of this whole place, finding out where all of the pipes are for plumbing and existing water lines, and coming up with a plan to basically get plumbing to all of these rooms. Now, initially, we were thinking it was going to be very expensive to get plumbing in every room, and we needed to do a shampoo bowl room, meaning we have shampoo bowls in one main area in one big room for all of the hairdressers to use. And now that I see that we can pretty much get plumbing every room within reason, it's really pretty reasonable that we can get it in every room. It might be a little bit more expensive here and there, but that might be a cost that you just eat up front and it pays dividends because most of these suites they all have water, and I wasn't sure how big of a deal that was, and we're about to find out exactly how much or how important that is to have water in the room because I've done a lot of showings with people that don't need sinks, so I know that market's out there too. But at the end of the day, I don't know what to do about this shampoo bowl room because now I can just get water in every single room. I have a prospective tenant that's very, very close to signing, it seems like, and they would prefer the shampoo bowl room. So maybe I just run with that and get a couple shampoo bowls in there right now while I'm getting everything else going. That might be a good idea. I don't think it's a bad idea because either way, my plan would be to turn that into an additional salon suite to get 21 suites in there. And that's a big room. That's like 12 by 14, 12 by 13, something like that. So that's like what, 156 square feet? Yeah, that's like 50% bigger than a typical salon suite. So it's good size. And they're going to need plumbing in there anyway. So I guess that really wouldn't be that big of a loss to go out and run that shampoo bowl room. Okay, cool. That's what we're going to do. Man, see, love it when the podcast helps out there. So uh, it cost me $1,200 to get that study done, and we went through and said, okay, this room, this room, this room, what's it going to cost? And basically, a cheap room is going to be about $1,500 to get rough in plumbing, and then that's with the walls sealed up and drywalled and paint matched and textured and everything like that. To where these, I got a hot water, cold water, and a sewer pipe or a drain pipe to hook up a sink to. And then the additional cost of a sink, which will either be a hand sink or a shampoo bowl, depending on what type of tenant is going to be there. But in general, I am now showing all of these suites with, hey, I can get water. This has water. The sink will be here. The plumbing's here. Bing, bing, bing. And that just started because I literally just learned about this on Monday, which is 2 days ago. And I had two showings, one showing, and I was able to, maybe it was two, and talk about exactly where the sinks are going to be. So we'll see if that helps out in the long run. But yeah, basically you're looking at $1,500 to $3,000 a suite to get plumbing to it, and do the math, right? There's 60 suites. So that's like a $60,000 ripper right there to get plumbing and everything set up in the joint. Which, you hear, oh, $3,000 each. You're like, that's not bad. But then you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do this 20 times and maybe even more, depending on some rooms. Maybe we'll do two if they're big, big rooms. So it's like funny when you hear, oh, it's just $3,000 or 1,500 or $3,000 per room. You're like, all right, cool, that's doable, no problem. But oof, yeah, hearing 60 G's just for that, and then I got to get a washer and dryer installed here any day now. But we're digressing here. Overall plumbing, I feel like pretty happy with that as a whole. It made me feel really good that we do have options and we can get plumbing into everywhere. The other issue is we have to work from the downstairs other suite. The good thing is that it has a drop ceiling, so the plumbers are able to get up in that ceiling and work underneath underneath the floor, and then they can get all the plumbing taken care of there. So that makes it great and easy because that's a lot less chewing up of drywall and things like that. And that's basically where the extra cost comes in. The rooms that are further away from these pipes, they got to cut more holes in the drywall, meaning they need to patch those holes, and that's just more money. Especially doing a patch with drywall texture, waiting for the dry, blah, 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 sand it, come it down, and then paint it, and paint match it and all that. So that's a lot of work, and that's why a lot of that cost comes into play. And so that's pretty cool on that. Other updates, I guess, which way can we go here? I'll share some good news. I had a couple of tenants that I showed the place to right as I came back from my summer break trip, and they were very interested. They were just waiting on the plumbing situation, and then we got the plumbing situation figured out. I said, hey, this is what we got. Boom, boom, boom. All the rooms that you wanted are able to get plumbing in there, and we'll get plumbing in there. And then her husband decided that he wanted to officially rent a suite too. So we have a verbal commitment with a lease going out to sign tomorrow morning. On two rooms, one at $295 per week and the other one $350 per week. Now, the only reason I'm bummed is because these are both very popular rooms. They are definitely the easiest rooms to rent. One of them is just a perfect size, 10 by 17. It's like way bigger than the average. It's a good layout, like a rectangular shape, and it's got a huge closet that's probably another, gee whiz, 60, 70 square feet, probably. And that also, that also, gee whiz. Hopefully AI edits this out. Yeah, it's just a perfect sized room. And the other one is the big, huge corner office with two huge big windows. I mean, definitely that's the office where the CEO or the boss's office for sure. Second story looks awesome, huge, 256 square feet. It's a great office, and he's getting a fantastic rent. Like, oh my goodness, I maybe even cut it too short or too low. I got that one for 350 a week, and in general, that's probably market on that's probably $500, 475 would be my guess. So that's a great deal for him. But like I said it last week. I am going to cut deals, whatever it takes. I need to get people in the door. So now, pending these people do sign, which I believe they will, that'll be 5 tenants in there, which is great. That gets me about halfway to my goal and brings me up to my next topic. And I just thought about this right before I wanted to record this podcast too, was that we have a goal to hit. And you guys know, if you've been listening, you know, we have our hard money due here right around Thanksgiving time. I think a week or two before Thanksgiving is when our hard money notes are due. So we need to, get out of these notes and into a conventional commercial note or a loan or mortgage, if you will. And in order to do that, we need to hit a certain amount of revenue to prove to the bank that this is an asset that they would like to lend money on. And we've done the figures on it, and that's about that $14,000 mark. So I'm going to track that every week and have a goal set up to, and I'll come up with that deadline too, because we need to get that done pretty much like a month before that deadline. So we have, let's see, roughly 3 months and a week. So we have basically 2 months. We basically have 10 weeks, I would say, 10 weeks to get that done. And I need to get basically 5 tenants in 10 weeks. So that's going to be the goal here. And by the next episode, I'll get that all figured out exactly. That way I have an exact number for you guys. Right now, I'm just spitting off the top of my head, which is never a good thing because I'm definitely not exactly right. So that'll be a fun thing to track every week to see if I can help get that goal. We're working on some Facebook leads or Facebook ads to get that pumping. I had somewhere to the tune of 7 leads last week and one showing, I guess you could say, and then the other showing I had was, oh no, that was this week. I had, you know what? Honest to God, I forgot how many showings I did. Put it this way, it wasn't very impressive. I had only 7 leads come in, and a lot of them ghosted me, and a lot of them were very unqualified, and the conversation went nowhere. This week, I already have 3 leads coming in, and so far, all of them have been 0 response. Hey, is this available? Yes, it is. What type of business do you operate? Ghosted. Are you not interested or you're not interested anymore? Ghosted. Okay, cool. We're done. So those leads are whatever. I mean, it happens, but that's just I've struck out 3 times this week so far, and it is Wednesday, so that's not great. However, I'm not going to dwell on that. The positive news is that we're about to get 2 new tenants in here, and that's a good time to talk about celebrating your wins because that's something that I definitely struggle with, and I don't know why. I'm a super optimistic person to begin with, and you hit a goal or have some good news, like 2 people are going to sign leases for a solid rental rate. You feel like you should be, oh wow, that's great, happy and celebrate. But it's like, okay, cool. It's almost like just check that box and then move on. So I'm learning to be more happy about it and be proud of it and celebrate it a little bit. So I say that, but I'm actually not doing anything. But okay, maybe I'll hold myself to it. Next week I will let you guys know what I did to celebrate that victory. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea there. So overall, definitely. Oh, decorating, guys, that's a huge thing that I've been doing. So I've just been looking on Facebook Marketplace, looking on Amazon, looking at Temu. I bought my first Temu purchase the other day, and they actually arrived today, so that was pretty cool. Oh, Costco too. I got some cool artificial trees for Costco. I had AI render an exterior picture for me. I was looking on the Costco website. These trees were on sale, and I said, "Hey, AI, is this a tree that will work well with this theme?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we can do this." And I said, "Cool, show me a picture of it." And they made me a picture of it, and I said, "Oh, perfect, very good." I bought those trees. I bought another olive tree, a smaller one than the other two that I bought for upstairs. I bought some carpets and rugs from Costco, and I got a bunch of side tables, and I just got some chairs. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm like the decorating fiend. There's boxes coming up. I feel like a girl. There's Amazon boxes and big boxes coming to my house constantly. Our recycle bin is already jam packed. Outside, we have an inside recycle bin too, and that's already jam packed, overflowing. And I still have more to unbox. So there are just packages galore coming to the house, which is actually kind of fun. Decorating, not so fun. The sad part is, I get all this shit together and I look back and I'm like, dude, this looks like shit, right? It's like, I don't know if that's just me or it just, I'll tell you what, there's no design eye. Like no one's walking in and going, ooh, wow, right? So I think I still need to hire a designer. Like I don't even know where to put tables, where to put things, what plants to put where, all this stuff. Like that is just completely lost on me. Everything that I'm doing, I don't know. Like I look at it and it looks like okay. It looks like there was some thought put into it, but it looks like a 40-year-old dude that has no idea what he's doing put the shit there. So, um, and every time I'm there, I went to go take a picture. I take the picture, I look at it, and I'm like, God, this looks terrible. Like this doesn't even picture well. So maybe I'll take a picture and put it up and get other people's opinions on it. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but I definitely still think I need a designer there to come help me out. But guys, and I think it's a good place to stop it. Quicker podcast today. Every week I've been saying, hey, I got to get these things shorter. I got to get these things shorter. And then I look up and it's like 26 minutes, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So today I looked up and good 17 minutes. I have plenty of other stuff to talk about, but I feel like that's a really good spot to stop. Uh, Overall, I don't want to drown you guys out with a bunch of information. Just to recap, Grand is good. Got some rental bumps happening here very, very soon, getting that place cleaned up a little bit. Thunderbird's looking solid. Two tenants here about to sign leases, with the place starting to get looking better and better and better by every showing. And guys, shoot, no, I can't end it there. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I remembered. So, I just spent a whole ton of money on locks, and we've had a terrible crackhead problem that's cost me $5,000 worth of damage to this date. And finally, I get these locks installed. Then I'm thinking, okay, good. These locks are bulletproof. A, he's not going to get in, and B, he's just going to walk up and see these honky chonky things and go, no, man, I can't bust it. So I've had those for like 10 days probably now, 2 weeks. And it's like, you know what? No crackhead sightings. The bathroom hasn't been broken into. This is good. One day a tenant calls me. My gosh, shit. Never a good thing when a tenant calls you, or they're not calling to tell you that they want to pay their rent early. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, hey, I was walking up the stairs and there was this homeless guy running down from upstairs. He was soaking wet and he had a bicycle. And I'm like, oh, wonderful. And she's like, oh, I don't know where he came from. I think the bathroom. And then she's like, yeah, he broke into your bathroom. It looks like he broke your lock. And then I just, like, my blood starts to boil. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This guy's already cost me $5,000. And now he's breaking my lock. That one lock was $800 installed. So I'm like, I'll be right over there. And then she's like, oh, also, too, by the way, the internet's out. It's like, oh, my goodness. Welcome to being a landlord, huh? And this is Monday morning, by the way, too. So I'm like, driving over there, get over there, just assuming this lock is broken. And thankfully, I have no idea how he got in, but the door was still open. Everything works. Everything functions. Nothing looks damaged, like he didn't hit nothing with a hammer. So no idea how he got in. However, we were talking about putting up like some security doors to block it out. And then I was like, you know what? This is crazy. Let me call the cops. This guy's caused all this damage. He's making my life a living hell. He's making my tenant's life a living hell too. Every time they go to the building, they're worried about this freaking homeless guy. So I'm like, I'll call the cops, right? Like the good guys. Yeah. So if you've been listening, you heard my eviction trespass episode. If not, go find that one, trespassing or the cops have been called or something like that. You'll see my faith in the police has just dropped every time that I have an interaction with them. So, hey guys, I have this building and I have female tenants that are very scared because there's this homeless person that always breaks into the office. He has broken windows, he's stolen things, he has climbed at my roof and broken electrical panels up there. He's stolen my copper pipes and he continues to break into my bathrooms and use it as a hotel. Is there anything that you can do? Yeah, is he there now? No, no. Every time we show up, he just runs. Okay, well, next time you see him, call us. Okay, that's great, but when I see him, he's running away, and then I call you, and then how long is it going to take you to get here? Oh, it depends. It could be 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm not going to call you guys because by the time that you show up, he's going to be uh, miles away. Oh, well, the only way to get him to stop is to trespass him, and to trespass him, we need him on the premises. I'm like, hey, I have video footage of him. That doesn't help you out at all, right? Like, if you run into him somewhere else on the street, no, we don't really. No, I'm like, okay, perfect. This is great. I really appreciate it. Bye. Tell me you don't want to help with you without saying you don't want to help. Holy cow, right? So here's my plan. I have my security cameras set up now. I got like the big bad boy, whatever premium, whatever deal package, AI enhanced everything. So what I'm going to do is wait for that guy to come, watch him walk into the bathroom, boom, 911, call it in right then and there, call it an emergency. Hey, someone's trespassing on my property. He's been causing damage and I see him. He's there right now. Please, can you send all available units? And then boom, get him trespassed, and then hopefully that's enough to get him gone. But I don't want to put up security doors because then we can't catch him, right? So I want him to go into the bathroom at least one more time, and fingers crossed I can catch him. Dude, how cool is that plan, huh? Really hope that happens. That would be a fun thing to watch. So fingers crossed that we can catch a swippy wabbit. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But we are wrapping this thing up. But I had to tell that story because I thought that was pretty entertaining overall. On that note, thank you guys. Really appreciate you listening. Follow me on Instagram, john.kleisch. If you got a kick out of the show, please leave me a review. Those help out a ton. I'm terrible at pushing this out and making it known to other people. So this is all that I do to let people know to, hey, please leave me a review. And also, if you didn't like it, but have a friend or know someone that would like it, or if you did like it too and you still know somebody that would like it, send it to them and say, hey, listen to this guy. I think you get a kick out of it. That would be very appreciative on my end. On that note, guys, we're getting out of here. So take her easy.